Hello, good morning, my name's Juan. This is my WAN chat. I'm not quite sure what we're doing. We're not doing much driving around and not been having many wikis. You can see I got a very sore ear. You see, one is up, one is down. I got a very sore ear. So what you been up to? I'd quite fancy a swim on the beach, but I can't see no beach. It's very chilly out. I have to wear the jumper when I go walkies, because it's been very chilly here in New England.
You want the ball? I've got a dog key on.
Oh, he's sitting for it. What a good boy.
So what you reckon? I'm thinking now that maybe you should send wikis in the post, because I'm not getting enough wikis. I just wanted to tell you that coming up soon will be my WAN tour. I've done a WAN tour of the WAN. I'm going to show you my bed. I'm going to show you where I keep my wikis. I'm going to show you what's important on the WAN for me, one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to my wiki channel. I'll see you all soon on the walk in the woods. Bye bye.
Hello.
Morning.
Can we do that a little bit closer to each other? Hello.
Morning.
It's been a long time since we filmed one of these chats.
As indeed, the last one we filmed was on Black Sands about 3 months ago, I think.
Yep. And everybody complained because they couldn't hear you because you were talking really quietly.
And there were big waves.
Yep.
There's no big waves here in sunny Chilterns.
No. I was about to do one as well. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that the van is warm after we fixed our heater, which is brilliant. Always typical, isn't it? Get back to England, it's bloody freezing, heater breaks.
Oh, we wouldn't have known if it had broken when we were away, because we weren't using it.
No.
I was going to say that before the lovely Steve stepped up to help us out with a free glow plug, we'd ordered two. You ordered one from eBay, I ordered one from Amazon. The one from eBay arrived 2 days after we fixed it and was broken. So that would have been brilliant. So that was a bit useless. They literally put this really, really delicate, highly sensitive little bit into a bit of plastic, a little plastic bag, and sent it through the post, so it arrived.
From China.
Shattered, yeah.
Yeah, it was broken.
But the one from Amazon arrived and it was safe, so we have a spare. This is just one of our van chats, so we're just going to catch you up on where we're at, what we've been up to since our last chat. It's not very exciting, really. We travelled, obviously, all the way back to England for Christmas. So we had a nice little Christmas, very quiet. It was just us three and Dom's mum.
We did eat very nice food, we had a lovely time. We always seem to be thwarted, don't we? Because we travelled back to the UK at the beginning of March, and everything was kind of all hunky-dory then, no lockdowns, and we came back to run our venue, our club night, which was on the 8th of March, and then the next day we went into full lockdown and we were stuck in the UK for 100 days or so. And then we got out, and obviously there were sporadic lockdowns, different versions of lockdowns across the UK and the EU, with tiering and curfews in Spain and so on. But freedom of movement was relatively easy, and then we got back to England again this time on the 18th of December. And on the 19th of December most of England went into tier 4, and then obviously, as all of you lovely people in England know, we're now in full lockdown.
Yeah.
Borders are closed. So yet again we're stuck in the UK, but we are considering an escape, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we're thinking about it, doing lots of research, lots of plans. We'll keep you informed as we have more info. So for now, life is quite boring, not doing any exploring. We work, don't we, every morning? We both have our laptops out opposite each other and we sit there and we do loads of work. What have you been up to? You've been editing lots.
So yeah, editing videos. I was kind of looking back over the last lockdown where I got pretty depressed. I get very frustrated when I can't travel around. I get itchy feet after a week. So the longer that I stay static, the more frustrated I become with it all. So this time I decided, when we were in last lockdown, I didn't do any editing because I think we were just all a bit depressed.
It was awful, yeah, we were really heavily affected by it mentally.
So this time I decided, well, obviously we're not travelling around, so we can't do exciting travel vlogs, but we do have a lot of footage from the last 2 years that we've either discarded for one reason or another, or we didn't edit up for a while because we were having a little bit too much fun.
Yeah.
So in the summer, particularly in July and August, we spent quite a long time with lots of other van people, so I didn't do as much editing as I should do. I think
honestly, we didn't do as much filming as we should have done either. There's huge swathes of stuff missing.
So I've started editing that up, and like Missy said, there's bits missing, but I felt it was better to be editing, getting something out for you guys, and to keep my mind occupied.
Yep. And I've been working on our website and our blogs and our Instagram and our social media presence generally. I've edited up, I wrote a blog after 3 months on the road called All You Need to Know About Van Life with Cats and Dogs. And I just re-edited it. I've added a whole pile of links. So that's quite useful if you're thinking about doing it, or if you're already travelling with cats and dogs, you can see what we do. And I wrote another one called The Ultimate Kitchen Van Life Packing List. And that's got, again, links to everything that we have in our kitchen that we consider, not even that we consider essential, just everything in our kitchen. It's got our sink and our pots and pans and our knives and just everything to do with cooking. That's actually quite entertaining writing those blogs. I'm going to do a couple more packing lists for various other parts of the van.
So worth checking out, even if you're already living on a van or you're thinking of living on a van. It's quite interesting information.
I read other people's when they do packing lists and stuff, and you go, oh, that's a good idea. I didn't know you could get one of them.
So what else have we got? We've got Juan's done his van tour. We filmed most of that on Calera in the south of Spain. We've just got a couple of things to add to that.
You need a couple more shots and then we'll edit that up.
And I can edit that up, so that'll be a nice fun one to watch while we're in lockdown.
We're both looking there. He's not on camera, but he's sitting here with us, all curled up in a little bundle.
Yeah, he knows the score.
Any other videos that we've got planned in particular? Not really, huh?
No, I mean, I'm thinking of doing things, you know, because while we're not travelling, so we're not getting travel footage, I'm thinking of doing some of the top 10 videos, sort of, you know, the top 10 most useful things on your van, a bit like your blog. The top 10 most useless things on your van that we've subsequently left in a garage somewhere.
Yep.
And stuff along those lines. That's always quite interesting. Be sort of racking my brains to come up with interesting content to keep myself busy and keep you guys entertained.
If there's anything you've ever wondered about or you'd like a bit more in detail of, then drop us a comment, because we're always up for new ideas. Maybe you'd like a tour of our bathroom, or
that'd be exciting.
Actually, it's the one thing everybody always asks about. How'd you go to the toilet in a van? So, you know. Or maybe you're interested in our hobbies or what we did before van life. Or just, you know, ask us and we shall try and do it. What was your favourite Christmas present?
So I got thermal socks, which I got 3 pairs of and worn them non-stop since Christmas Day.
They go up to your knees, don't they?
In between, yeah, they go up to my knees. Look, they're very sexy. Can you see them? And then I got Dr. Martens vegan issue, which I've worn pretty much every day. Good for walking, great on the van really. They were bought for the van use really.
Yep.
Comfy to drive in, good for walking in the woods. Trying to think what else I got now.
Fluffies.
Fluffies.
Yeah.
Fluffies.
Your fluffy hippie pants.
Oh yes, fluffy. I've got fluffy hippie pants, which I'm not excited about because I can't wear them at the moment. But I will be excited next time we're on the beach.
Yeah.
And they'll be great this time of the year. They're one of those sort of pants that you see people on beaches and hippies wearing.
Heron pants,
Heron pants, yeah.
Where the crutches down by your
I
ankles.
said heron then, not heron. Harem pants.
Yeah.
But we did a minimalist Christmas this year, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which was interesting. On
I think
the
it's the
old
first
mind.
year.
Yeah.
Last year we did less than usual, but this year was the first year. You know, it was like 3 or 4 things each, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then the day after Christmas is Rosie's birthday, so she just turned 12. And usually we would have gone out and done all sorts of stuff. We've got loads of traditions. We usually go to the cinema, to the arcade, go out for a yo sushi lunch. And of course we couldn't do any of that this year, so the poor girl was faced with spending the day inside. So what did we do? We went out for our daily exercise, but we did a little bit of a treasure hunt along the way, which was fun. And then we made sushi in the evening, which was hilarious. We had a real go at making loads of yo sushi dishes, so we made some furikake fries, aubergine and seaweed salads. Rosie was rolling up sushi and making rice balls and stuff. And noodles, yakisoba noodles. It was good, wasn't it?
It was good.
Yep. Yeah. And the other thing we did was we played Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh god, that was hard, wasn't it?
Which Rosie got that for Christmas, a D&D starter kit. And she's been wanting to learn to play it for ages and ages, and so we finally thought, all right, well, it would be a fun thing to do on the van. And yeah, it's really hard. It's not as simple as you get the thing out the box and just play it. First you have to create characters, and you can't just go, alright, well I'm Bob and I'm an elf, let's go play. You have to come up with all this stuff, don't you?
It took days and days, it was quite complicated.
Leafing through the book. So if anybody has any resources or tips on how to learn to play D&D quickly,
let us know.
Let us know, because we're noobs. So we played for 45 minutes on her birthday, and that was enough.
So yeah, going forward, it's becoming more and more apparent with obviously the restrictions that are long-term coming and going and changing regarding the COVID situation. That coupled with Brexit and us coming out of the transition period, I think it's becoming quite tough being a full-time van lifer pursuing European travel, isn't it? So we're looking at visa options. We briefly considered Bulgaria, which looks absolutely delightful from a living perspective, and land etc. is very cheap if you're going to apply for a visa, but we have so far discounted that on the basis that the weather is quite extreme. So in the summer it's exceptionally hot, and in the winter it can be exceptionally cold. So the only other country really that offers an attractive visa option is Portugal.
Yeah, we're leaning towards Portugal.
Most countries do offer some sort of visa. Spain do, and we'd like the Spanish one, but it's very, very expensive. So I think we'll probably do a vlog on visas. But in short, in Portugal, if you buy land or buy a house or rent land, or you have a long-term address there with a friend, you can get a visa for €15. So it wouldn't really affect our travel in terms of seeing our family and friends. It's more a case of giving us an option that we're not sucked into the 90 over 180 problem with Brexit.
Yeah.
So as soon as you've got your D7 visa, it would almost be like we're not part of Brexit anymore, so we wouldn't have to come and go.
And then if you're thinking, but what about your pets and these new health checks? As far as we can tell from the research we've done so far, we could get, not Juan because he's already got a Spanish passport, but we could get Hoagie, Morph and Leo European passports while we're out there, and then they wouldn't have to have the health checks every 4 months in the UK.
The long and the short is, if you're a long-term traveller, the major difference between before and after Brexit is that we've got 4 pets, so when we leave the UK we've got to get each one of them the animal health certificate, which in our vets is £54.
64?
64.
64.
And then somebody posted on one of our videos this week to say that at their vet it was £100 an animal. So let's say it was £100 an animal, that would mean that every 90-day cycle it would cost up to £400 for our 4 pets. And then now with COVID, with requiring a COVID test to go into France, that's £80 a person, so that's £240.
Yep.
And then with the government changing the law on entry into the UK, you now also require a COVID test to go back to England, so it's another £240.
And that's on top of your Eurotunnel, which the pets cost us £20 per pet each time they travel on the Eurotunnel, as well as the people tickets.
So long short is each 90-day cycle potentially is going to cost us £800 more than it cost before, which is just crazy. So we'll cover off some vlogs while we're in lockdown in the UK about more specific information on those things.
Yep, we need to do our research properly.
So
we don't want to give any kind of false information or half-assed, not quite done our research properly. So, but that's where we're at the moment, that's how it's looking.
So in other exciting news, we knew when we were coming back to the UK this time that the van required some work. We'd already had all-weather tyres put on the front of the van, and one of our tyres on the back was rapidly getting balder, so we decided to put all-weather tyres on the back. When the van went in for its service 6 months ago, we were told that our injectors probably had about 3,000 miles left, and we've subsequently driven 5,000 miles. So the van went in last week to have a full service, oil change, all that stuff, new tyres on the back, and the injectors done. So that was another £2,000 of our travel expenses on the van. But we always think it's important to maintain the van 100%. So for you guys that are in your vans or motorhomes, be it in the UK or in Europe, or if you've come back like some of our friends are, and they've gone back to a house temporarily. Let us know where you are, what you're up to, how you're filling your time if you're stuck in lockdown somewhere that you maybe don't want to be, or you can't move about, or whether you're like some of our friends and they're on the beach still going, it's lovely. Yep.
Yeah, we've got friends still at Black Sands going, oh, I had to put a t-shirt on today, oh dear, so cold.
Yes, Jack, how dare you wear a t-shirt when I'm in 3 jumpers.
I know.
So yeah, there's always the hope that we can get travelling soon, isn't there?
Yep. Well, I've actually had a few people comment on Instagram or message me privately and say that I'm following you avidly. As soon as I hear that you've made it over to France safely, then we're coming straight out behind you. So if you're following us for that, we will let you know what we find out and how we get out. It's got to be better than England.
Yeah. Well, as we've said privately, and I'm quite happy to say in our van chat, I'm tempted to just go. I've spoken to 2 or 3 people who have just done exactly that. And they had no problems on the Eurotunnel as long as you've got the correct COVID test. But it's the complication, isn't it? Because it takes 10 days roughly to get your animal health check.
Yep.
And then your COVID test is obviously only valid for 72 hours.
Yep.
So we'd have to get our animals done, then hope we can find somewhere that could fit us in for a COVID test before the animal health check expires, because you have to travel within a certain period of time of it being issued, I think.
That's what the 10 days is.
Yeah. So it's not as easy as it was.
And get yourself a Eurotunnel ticket.
And get yourself a Eurotunnel ticket, and then get into France.
Crazy.
But yeah, it would appear that people are getting into France without problem.
Yeah. Yeah, we've heard from a couple of people. People contact us knowing that we research this kind of thing and are interested in it, and somebody mailed and said, hey, we had all our correct paperwork, but when we got to the border they just waved us through and didn't even ask to see it, which I can well believe because we've had stuff like that before. Somebody else said that they were asked to show that their COVID test paperwork, but as soon as that was seen they were waved through as well, no questions as to why they were travelling or anything, they just went through.
No, it seems to be they're more concerned about food than COVID or restrictions.
No, yeah, that's Brexit, isn't it?
Bananas. Take only 3 bananas in your moho, van people.
Yeah.
Otherwise they'll be confiscated.
Easy.
Yeah, I find the funniest thing is I've seen quite a few posts about it, about the food being removed from your vehicle. And it's cited on the EU website as being for health and safety because you can bring pathogens in with bacon and meat and milk. And yet, 2 weeks ago, you could travel to the EU and take as much meat and dairy as you wanted, so it's not very logical.
That's
really.
Brexit for you.
Brexit's good, isn't it? Like a bit of Brexit. Oh no, that's breakfast. I like breakfast, not Brexit. Morph says, I like breakfast.
I like breakfast, yes please.
So, thanks very much for your subscriptions and your likes and all your questions. We've been overwhelmed with how wonderfully you've been receiving our wafflings.
Oh, I know what I wanted to say.
What?
The last video that you put up, it wasn't very exciting, it was just a past travel video, but we decided to do a premiere properly and we were on the live chat and we were on there for about an hour and we had a few people on there, but our mistake was not publicising it far enough in advance. So in future, when we're going to be on and be there live, we will let you know. We'll let you know on Facebook and Instagram and in the community tab on YouTube, and we'll let you know so that you can plan it in, and if you want to have a chat with us live and in person, then we'll be there.
So a bit of a catch up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Hope you're all safe and well and not too chilly if you're in the UK. It's bloody freezing. Mind you saying that, snowing in Spain. I've seen some massive snow in Spain.
Yeah.
So Madrid's all snowed in, and Zaragoza, I've seen pictures of Max Freedom's farm there today and he's got 6 inches of snow when it would normally be 20 degrees.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel better.
If we can't be warm, you can't either.
No, you must not be enjoying yourself or be warm.
So yeah, so that's it for us, and we'll see you again soon.
So thanks for watching. Let us know what you want to see going forward and we'll see you soon.
And Morph says like and subscribe, please.
And biscuits.
Belly. He's not up for it today.
He's not, he's like, get off.
Bye.